blade and quill.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to create an illustration and paint it. So we are going to create a new file. And here I have saved a preset and I'm going to choose it. It's called For Videos. It's a 1920 pixel by 1080 pixel with a 300 pixel per inches. And right here we are going to name it Dog. We're going to leave the background as white and we're going to have two layers when we start, so we create. Alright, so before we start, let's make sure that everything is ready. As you can see here, I have two colors, a green on my foreground and an orange on my background. I want to go back to the default that is black and white. I could click on this little icon right here, or you can also do the letter D on your keyboard. And to go back and forth between the foreground and the background, you click the letter X on your keyboard. We are going to choose a brush, and here we are going to use the Fill Circle brush. The reason why I like this particular brush, it's because it is pressure sensitive. Let me show you. First, I am going to use a bigger size, maybe 80. So first, click on it, 80. And I am going to press slightly on my tablet. Now I'm going to do the same, but this time as I go up, I'm going to press harder on the tablet. So as you can see, the line, the less you press, the thinner, the more you press, the thicker. So let's do a Ctrl Z to undo those lines. We have a paint layer 1 and we want to rename it. So click on F2 and we're going to name it Sketch. All right. And now let's see, we have our brush, we have our black foreground color, and we have our sketch layer created. So we are almost ready. Now we want to click on this icon right here. This is the horizontal mirror tool, and this tool is going to allow us to make a perfect symmetrical drawing. So I'm going to slowly but surely make you a cute bulldog, and I'll see you when I'm done. So here I'm going to use a lasso tool and I'm going to select the nose, and using my moving tool I am going to move the nose about right here. Alright, let's go back to the brush, Ctrl Shift A to undo the selection, and that looks pretty good. Alright, so this is the first draft. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to decrease the opacity. I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to rename it Sketch, but this time with capital letters. because this is the real one, the one that I'm going to use, and I'm going to retrace everything, but this time I'm going to do a better job at it. So I'll see you when I'm done. Alright, so we are done. As you could witness, it takes a while to create a cartoon character. You spend a lot of time erasing and redoing and changing your mind. So let me show you the sketch that we started with. So let me turn off the new one. That was the first one we started with. We're gonna put it back to its full opacity, and using the move tool I am going to move it to the side. Now let's turn on the sketch and let's do the same, and like this you can see the difference between the two. Now the new sketch really reflects the baby bulldog that I wanted to create. So I don't know if you know this rule, but when you want to create something cute, it's very important to have round shapes. The rounder, the cuter. Let me turn off the first sketch, and I'm gonna move it at the very bottom and turn it off. I'm gonna go back to my move tool and move my new sketch right here. Alright, so now we are ready to colorize the cartoon. You are on your sketch layer. If you are not, make sure to click on it to make it active. Right click and scroll until you find the add, and then select Colorized Mask. Now you're going to go to your toolbox until you find this brush here. It's called the Colorized Mask editing tool. Now when I'm going to click on it, something is going to happen. As you can see, the image now is like out of focus. Don't worry, it's normal. This is the software that is ready to work. Now you are going to need a nice brush, and go to your brushes and select the digital tag. Maybe you were on all, maybe you were on your own, tag. Make sure that you select the digital, and then you're going to select by scrolling, because it's all the way down if I remember, you are going to select this one here, the pixel art fill. So let me hover on it like that you can see it better. It's pixel art fill. All right. Now the only thing that you have to do is play with your color wheel and choose different colors and draw some types of lines in the areas that you want to be painted. So let me show you. For instance, I want the ears to be a dark brown inside. So I'm going to click and tell the software color this brown, and then the body is going to be more of this color. So the ears are going to be this color. The head is going to be this color. body is going to be this color. Then the face is going to be more like, maybe more like a pinkish color. So that's the face. Make sure, and for that you're going to do the plus on your keyboard, make sure to get those areas right here. Sometimes the software doesn't see them. Just to make sure, say, hey, software, don't forget to get those areas. All right. So we got that. Let's see. Maybe we want to pose the same color as the face. All right. Now we want the nose to be black. We want the eyes to be black. And we want or maybe G and X, here you go. We want the inside to be, of the eyes to be white. All right, okay. So now, as you can see, all the colors that I've chosen are showing in this area here in my tool options window. I'm gonna make it bigger. Now the only thing that I need to do that is left is choose a color, any color, it doesn't matter, and go all around my sketch, because I'm going to tell the software that all of this is going to be transparent. And I am going, so now it's blue and I'm going to say it's transparent. So as you can see now, the blue has been slashed or kind of barred to say, okay, this is transparent. Okay. So now you see this little icon, click on it and the software is going to start painting your cartoon. And now you can see the progress right here. To see if everything worked good, you click on this pen. And here it is. And now I can change my colorized mask into a painting layer. So I right click on it and I am going to now convert it to a paint layer. So convert to paint layer. So now it's a paint layer. However, as you can see, it kept the same name. So just do F2 to rename it and just say paint. All right. So now you have your cartoon nicely painted. The only thing that we need to do now is to add some highlights and some other things. So there is a little trick. We're going to create 2 layers on the top of a sketch. One is going to be named highlight and the other one is going to be named shadows. So F2 to rename. First one, highlight. We are going to put the filter to overlay. So where is my overlay? Right here. The second one, F2, we're going to rename it shadows. And this time the filter is going to be multiply. So when you create highlights, it's a good idea to be in the yellow and in the white area of the yellow, not completely white, okay, around this area. All right, and I am going to use my lasso tool and I am going to select some areas. Make sure that you are with the add here that's been selected, because this way you can make as many selections as you want. And we are going to do maybe Shift Backspace, Control Shift A to undo. Now we're going to do some shadows and we're going to create some shadows under his head. right here. And if you make a mistake, remember that if you hold the Alt key, you can correct the mistake of a selection. There you go. And for instance, right here, this area should go away, and here we go. And here I need to add some to it, so I am going to go right here, and it's closer. All right, much better. And here I'm really going to correct this. It's not, I don't like it. Okay, and now let's go back. Now be careful, if you hover on the top of the selection, it moves. So when you add a selection, be very careful. Now remember that light comes from all directions, so sometimes shadows appear at many places, okay? So now that we have that, we are on the shadow layer. We are going to get into the blue area, and we're gonna select mid-range gray, and we're gonna do a shift backspace, Control Shift A. All right, so if you think that your shadows are too dark, don't forget that you can also decrease the opacity of your layer, okay? So that's it. This is how you paint a cartoon. And don't forget to go back to areas and correct. For instance, here you can see I need to correct this area here. It's missed some paint, and for instance here I could make a better job right here. Here we go. So don't forget, yes, that you can always go back and correct things that you don't like. We are done for today. Thank you for watching. I hope this little tutorial was helpful. This is the last video of the Krita's series. However, if you have any questions, please feel free to add them to the comment area. I will not ask you to subscribe, as it is entirely up to you to make that decision. However, if you are considering it, I thank you in advance for your support. I'll see you next week with a brand new tutorial. Until then, I wish you a happy and a healthy week. Stay safe out there. À bientôt. Bye.